So this is a home page that students will come to when they go onto the website. All they need to do to log in is to click the Your Account button at the top of the page, put in their school email address and their password. If they're not sure what the password is or they've forgotten it, they just need to click the Forgot Password link. It will take them to a page here and they just need to put in their school email address, click Reset Password, and they will be emailed all the instructions that they need to follow. If they don't receive the email, it's really important that they check their junk or spam folders because sometimes the emails go to there. This is a homepage that will appear for students when they first log into the dashboard. If they're looking for an assignment or exam that's been set by a teacher, they can use this button at the top to do this. Any assignments that they need to complete will show up in a list here, and the same with the exams. So anything that's been set by a teacher that they are required to do will show up there. If they'd like to use the platform to do some self-study or they've got an area that they'd like to revise, they need to go to the dashboard and then click Continue Studying under PE. This will then be the course that they've been assigned to by their teacher. They can scroll through all the different lessons and checkpoints and then they can decide where they'd like to start. So for example, if they wanted to start learning about the muscles, they would hover over this lesson here and they've got 3 options. They can start watching a video, they can start practice mode, or they can do a test yourself quiz. The main difference between practice and test yourself mode is that the test is timed per question. Every single time they do a practice or a test yourself, the questions are different. Okay, so it's a unique experience each time, but it's really important to encourage students to practice as much as possible where the conditions are more relaxed, there's no pressure, it's not timed, and in practice mode, student scores aren't reported back to the teacher. Whereas if they do a test yourself quiz, as soon as they've completed it, then the score is reported back to their teacher. If they want to watch a video, all they need to do is to play, and then the bar at the bottom, you can see that as the video progresses, it's tracking that the student has watched the video. So if for whatever reason a student wasn't engaging with the video, they weren't watching it, or they were trying to watch something else at the same time, they were using a split screen, or they were going to a different tab, the video will recognise that and it will prompt them to make sure that they're still there. If they are skipping through the video, again, the grey tracker bar at the bottom isn't tracking that they've watched the video because obviously it knows, it can recognise that students are trying to skip parts of the video. So please rest assured that if the video says 100% watched, then the student has watched the whole video. The really useful feature of the EverLearner is the use of the dashboard's live data and live scores. So students, teachers and parents can see the areas where students are doing really well and making good progress, and then they can also have a look at areas to target for their revision. So if they click on the left hand side on live data, they can see their PE live score is here, okay, and that's based on the average score for the last 12 questions where they've worked in any particular lesson. Also, if they click across here, this is just the course that they have been assigned to by their teacher, then they can see all of their scores in here. So the top one tells them what percentage of this lesson they've completed and how long they've spent on that lesson, and then anything at the bottom is test and checkpoint scores. So they're the ones that are reported back to the teacher. So you'll be able to see if the students have or haven't done them. You'll be able to see areas based on the traffic light system where students have done really well, or if they spent a longer amount of time on those lessons. And then at the bottom, you'll be able to see their test and checkpoint scores that are timed and reported back to the teacher. If there's a particular lesson that the student wants to target, then they can just click on the title of the lesson and it will take them directly to the video where they can make notes and then go to practice or test mode as well.